Excitement in the air and a packed house at the Autodromo Hernandez Rodriguez as NASCAR on Fox presents the NASCAR Busch Series. Presented today by America Online. Yesterday, 34-year-old Jorge Getters won the pole for this race and the support race. Robbie Gordon, whom he knocked off the pole, showed his approval to the crowd as this Mexican driver, whom most of the Busch Series regulars had never heard of, scored the pole on what he called the greatest day of his life. Jeff Hammond.
Well, right now we're out here beside Jorge Getters' car, and we're getting ready to hook him up. And Jorge, you're getting ready to bring these guys down for a historic start, and you look around and you got all these superstars basically chasing after you. What are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I'm ready, and I'm very glad to be here at the first place, and let's race and have fun.
He's ready to have fun, guys.
He's a veteran of this course. He led much of yesterday's support race, the Corona Challenge, which was won by his brother. He'll be a formidable force at the front of the field, as will the hometown hero, Adrian Fernandez, who will start at the rear in a provisional. And in between all the Busch Series regulars and bushwhackers from the Nextel Cup Series, this is going to be exciting for 80 laps. Let's go trackside.
Eugenio Derbez, nuestro gran Marshal.
Buenas tardes, México. ¡Viva México! Señores, esta carrera va a estar de peluches. Así es que esperemos que no nos llueva, porque si no se van a mojar horrible, horrible. Drivers, start your engines.
That's about one octave up on boogity, 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 folks.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that.
Let's go trackside and Matt Yoakum.
Mike, this 2.5-mile serpentine course is the 45th different track in NASCAR Busch Series history. Today, when they drop the green flag, 9 Mexicans will roll underneath, making history. No name is bigger in this country than that of Adrian Fernandez. To put it in perspective, this open wheel star's popularity in the United States, imagine no NFL, no Major League Baseball, no NBA. And then think of Dale Earnhardt Jr. not only as the biggest star in auto racing, but the biggest star in the entertainment world. Now, Fernandez, driving his Hendrick Chevrolet, crashed in qualifying. He will now start the 5 car in the 40th position. He'll have to turn in a legendary performance if he wants to take the checkered flag and go to victory lane this afternoon. To Jeff Hammond.
And Matt, you mentioned all the countrymen as far as Mexico's concerned, but as of yesterday, Jorge Getters became the #1 Mexican as far as they're concerned today at this racetrack. He's going to be leading this elite field down to the start of this race, and he is really pumped up. His whole family's pumped up. The emotion is so high that yesterday when he sat on the pole, his father had tears literally running down his face because he was so excited for his son, and he's ready to carry on exactly the way he wants to do it. One more time, he's going to lead these guys to the green, Matt.
Jeff, as NASCAR writes a new page in his storied history, another old tradition, though, resurfaces here on this road course. You've got guys like Forrest said, a Daytona champion. You've got guys like Ron Fellows, who's not only won at Le Mans, but at Daytona. He has 3 Busch Series wins, 2 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series wins, all on road courses. You throw in other guys like Rusty Wallace, who's penciled in this race, and guys like Kevin Harvick near the front, all NASCAR drivers who've gone to victory lane in some form on a road course in NASCAR history. These guys are all here because they want to win this inaugural race here in Mexico. Jeff?
That's right, Mike, Matt. Everybody wants to win, but more importantly, when you think about the regulars, and we're talking about guys like Reed Sorensen, Carl Edwards, as well as Clint Boyer, these guys right now, they're trying to get their points. Points are so important. They realize winning is very important down here. It's going to be very impressive, but at the end of the year, the guy who can capture the Busch Championship will have to come out of Mexico with a good finish.
Thanks, Jeff. Let's take a look at the big picture before we concentrate fully on today's race. There are the NASCAR Busch Series standings. In positions 2, 3, and 4 are the leading men who will race all the events for the championship, along with Ashton Lewis Jr., defending champ Martin Truex Jr., Paul Menard, and David Green. For all of these drivers, this course is new, this 2.5-mile, 8-turn road race course, and it wasn't friendly to everyone, particularly Carl Edwards. Edwards goes off course here without much harm, but trying to avoid Kim Crosby at the chicane kills a car. He was okay. They unloaded the backup car. Kaboom. It's been a rough weekend for Carl Edwards and crew.
To me, that was probably one of my better laps, which I usually don't do that in qualifying. I usually do something really stupid, and it went really well there today. So I'm happy with it. Hopefully it holds up for a good starting spot. But, man, we've got some great drivers getting ready to go.
Carl Edwards redeemed himself with a great qualifying position. Hi, everybody. Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds. The anticipation is kind of like no race we've done all year, maybe no race we've done in most of the 4 years of NASCAR on Fox. But, Darrell, when they wave the green flag, what do we expect?
Well, first of all, I love this joint. I mean, I've been to the Super Bowl and the Daytona 500, excitement in the air, but nothing like I've seen here for the last 2 days. These people are ecstatic. They're excited about us being here. They're looking forward to a great race. I'm anticipating that start you're talking about. They got to get through that chicane just past the start-finish line. You're going to have to be pretty much single file to make it through there. You saw what happened to Carl Edwards. We don't want that to happen to anybody on the start of the race.
And then right after the chicane, turn 1.
Oh, it's even worse. Got that sippy hole that's right off the end of the course down there to probably find some people stuck in it before they get too far along.
And Larry, it's been a long week for these teams as we see the run from the chicane down to the 90-degree right-hand turn number 1. Wow, the first lap's going to be something. But just to get here and to get to this stage where we have cars on course ready to race, it's really been a hard work week on these teams.
Well, it has. I mean, they were in Fontana, California last week. They're here this week, and then they'll be in Las Vegas, Nevada. But just to support a little bit of what Darrell says, as we saw at the video with Carl Edwards, things are always lurking at a road course. As you saw, you can always get off the racetrack. These guys, for 80 laps, they'll be shifting 7, 8, 9 times a lap. Mechanical problems are always lurking. We have 25 drivers making their first road course start in one of the top 3 series, including our pole sitter. We have 7 drivers making their first Busch Series start. They have things they've never encountered, getting on and off pit road under green, pit road speed. And if that's not enough, these teams, since we run backwards here from an oval, the pit stops are backwards. But I guarantee you, to support what Jeff Hammond and Matt Yoakum talk about, talking to these drivers and these race teams, everyone would love to claim that they won the race in the first Busch Series race outside of the United States. They really would love that title.
For NASCAR, it is a day of firsts. It's also a day of great unknowns. And this 8-turn road course is really going to be an action track. And you'll see it unfold right here on NASCAR on Fox.